everyone, good morning. This is Callie with Callie's Trucking Adventures, and I am just here to do a video update on this beautiful Thursday morning from Arvin, California. I'm at the TA here off of I-5. It's a really nice spot. I was going to try to do this video without my glasses, but my eyes are kind of sensitive to the sun, and so I'm just going to be squinting all the way through, so don't mind me. I'm just going to go ahead and put them on. So anyway, so this TA here in Arvin, California, as you guys know, all of you beautiful truckers out there, it is hard to find a safe place to park in California, and especially in Southern California, there's like no truck stops available, and the ones that are available are not necessarily always safe, and they're usually really full. So we came to this truck, we made our way yesterday from Phoenix. I drove from Phoenix over here. I was going to try to deliver our load in Portersville, and I did not make it. With all of my time, I ran my clock pretty much out. The traffic was horrific like always, and we just didn't make it. So we ended up stopping here in Arvin, California, like I said already, and Willie found us this amazing place. It's a paid spot. I'm just going to try to readjust this camera just a little bit. It's a paid spot, but it's well worth it. There is all kinds of food choices around here. There's the Black Bear Diner, there's a Pizza Hut, there's Subway, there is of course the usual Burger King, Popeyes, but then there's some other places as well. There's a Baja, what is that place? Baja Fresh, I think. I had that last night, a veggie burrito. It was actually really good. And there's also some outlet stores here as well. I haven't made my way over there, probably won't make my way over there, although I do need to buy myself some more pairs of socks. I thought I brought plenty, but as much as you try to plan, you don't always, you don't always bring everything you need, especially in the beginning when you're trying to adjust to this whole downsizing of everything. But I'm good for now, but I would have definitely probably bought some socks if there were some available. So anyways, needless to say, I had a request for a somebody, they wanted to know about the challenges that I have encountered out here so far, and so I just wanted to share a few of the challenges that I can come up with or think about. One of the challenges is definitely backing. I'm still struggling with my backing, most definitely. You know, I know it's going to get easier, and I know it's going to get better, and I have someone to guide me right now, and Willie's amazing at that. But you know, when you're out here doing it by yourself, it's definitely going to be a whole different ball game. And you know, within probably about 4 to 5 more weeks, maybe 6 weeks, I will be out here doing it by myself. And I know the other day we were doing a drop and hook out of Texas, and I would not have dared to go as far forward as we went forward. I would have definitely got out and looked, and I definitely wouldn't have went as far forward so that I could straighten up, so that I could back up as Willie had me go. So those kinds of things are definitely going to continue to be a challenge. And you know, like everyone says, it's going to get easier, and I do believe that with experience. And you know, some people naturally probably just know they adapt and naturally back easier than others, and it just, I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get more comfortable with that. The other thing is hills. I've gotten a whole lot more comfortable with the downgrades than I was originally. I really understand the engine braking, and I am able to, you know, pretty much do the stab braking pretty good. But that's definitely something that was really scary to me in the beginning. I was shaking the first few times that I went down those hills, and of course I don't mean to keep throwing my old trainer in the mix here, you know, at all, but the truth is the truth. So he would try to push me to go faster and be more uncomfortable going down those hills than I felt like I should be. And so I was just like, I was shaking, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was so scared. And at first you don't really trust those engine brakes, and now I trust them. I trust them a great deal. I understand their purpose, and I understand that if you use them properly, you know, mostly you're not going to have to do the brakes, the manual brake, but I guess it's just a manual brake, I'm not sure, but anyway, service brakes. And so, but you still have to sometimes, you still have to do the stab braking, because those steep downgrades are going to pull you right down that hill no matter how much braking you're doing. And you also have to watch your RPMs and make sure that they don't rise too high at the same time. So it can get a little bit a little scary, especially when you have cars all around you jumping in front of you and everything else, and you're trying to watch all of those things at once. So that's another, just the second thing. The third thing is traffic when it's in construction zones. That can, I mean, I really am I'm pretty comfortable with the truck, to be honest with you, but I'm just, you know, there can be times when those construction zones, it can really kind of throw you off, and the edge of the road is really close, and so, you know, you can kind of veer off the side a little bit, and even though you don't mean to, and you're trying to stay, you know, stay away from the cones. Like yesterday, there was cones and they had them like on the other side of the separator of the middle line, and so it made it so I either had to ride on the very edge of it, or I had to hey, sorry about that, guys. That's going to be a bleep there because I had somebody come up and start talking to me. So I apologize for that. I'm just going to piece these together because that's all I know how to do at this point in time. So you're going to have a little bleep. So let's see, back to the traffic in the construction zone. So yeah, that can be, or not even necessarily, yeah, the traffic a little bit, because they kind of try to push you a little bit. I heard yesterday somebody talking on the CB about who's holding up traffic up there and blah, blah, blah. And they, it wasn't me, but they were saying it was a prime truck. As it finally opened up, they were like, oh yeah, it was a prime truck, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't me at all. And I wanted to make a terrible gesture to them, but I withstood myself and didn't do it, but I definitely wanted to. And then when they got a little bit further ahead, they were like, oh, it was actually a camper. I was like, yeah, it was a camper. But anyway, and also, you know, those barriers, sometimes they can be really tight. And I was coming through Amarillo a couple of nights ago, and man, it was just a little bit spooky because the barrier was really tight, and you had those sidewalls, and it almost was like you were on a Mario Kart or something like that. And I had to definitely, I was just worried about my trailer hitting either side of that, and so that was just a little nerve-wracking. But you know, it's okay, and it isn't too terribly bad, but it's just another little challenge. The other thing is having lack of sleep. The truck is always moving right now. At this phase in TNT training, as anyone already knows that's went through it, or as anyone is going to know that's going to go through it, the truck is always moving in TNT phase. You're doing, we're doing shifts, and so basically I will usually do all the day driving, usually stop about maybe 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, just depends. And then Willie jumps in the driver's seat, and then he takes over, and so then I sleep, and then you know, in the morning I get up. He's so nice to always make sure I get my shower, get my coffee, and I jump back in the driver's seat again. And I myself, I do have a hard time sleeping when the truck's moving. It's not that I don't fall asleep, because I'm so tired that I do fall asleep, but mostly what it is that I toss and turn a lot. And if the road is rough, then it's definitely going to be even rougher. So that's definitely just another little challenge out here. And one of the reasons, as much as I'm really enjoying my time on the truck with Willie. I'm learning so much. He's such a great mentor and a great co-driver. I could not ask for anyone better, honestly. I mean, I feel truly, truly blessed in so many aspects when it comes to the time that I am getting to share with him. But, you know, that's one thing that I'm looking forward to, is to being able to, although it's going to be harder to complete loads when you're by yourself, because you don't have that other person driving, so you can't get as far and you can't get as many miles and all that good stuff. I'm looking forward to having the truck be down at night or in the day or whatever, so that I can actually get a decent, you know, good sleep. I don't really feel fully rested, and so that's just another challenge. And lack of healthy food is another thing. You know, there's a lot of, I'm a vegetarian, or I try really hard to not eat anything with eyeballs. Sometimes I do break. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I break. Sometimes I have fish, or sometimes I even have chicken. And but I haven't had any since I've been out here. Although I did have fish one day the other day, but I only have fish usually if it's really fresh fish. But needless to say, blah blah blah. It's hard to find healthy food out here. I'm missing salads. I'm missing veggies. I like to cut up fresh veggies and have them just available to eat, and I'm missing those things most definitely. But once again, when I'm on my own, I will be able to I think manage that a little bit better, because I'll have the space and in the fridge and stuff. Not that I don't have space now, but just have more space and maybe a little bit of extra time to actually work on getting that organized, so that I can be more on top of my food options. And then the other thing is exercise. I'm not really getting a chance to do that very much either. If nothing else, I'd like to at least be trying to get walks in, and that's not happening again because the truck's always moving. And in the morning, I'm trying to just get my shower. I already am not as super fast at that anyway, and so I take you just don't have time. We stop at night, we swap out, and we take off again. And so that's just another thing. But all in all, the only reason I'm even making this video, I don't really have complaints about anything, to be honest with you. I'm just doing this more so because somebody asked for it, and that's the main reason why I decided to share this information with you. So another thing I wanted to share with any rookies out there, just something to keep in mind and something to let you know what could happen if you don't keep this in mind and you do not follow this rule. So I think that we're all kind of taught to make sure that you stay in the right-hand lane whenever you're making turns, left-hand turns, and staying in the outer lane whenever you're making turns. And the reason we have to make sure that we do that is because that truck is really big, and when you go to make a left-hand turn, and let's say you're not in the right-hand lane and you're in the inside lane, and there's cars there in the turning lane that's going to be turning left as well, you're not going to have anywhere to go with that truck. You're not going to be able to put that, like when you're in the outside lane, you can go all the way over to the curb and get enough room to get around that car. If you're in the inside lane, there's going to be cars turning on the right side of you, and you're not going to have any room to maneuver yourself over and out to avoid that turning lane on the left where those other cars are turning. And so you're very likely going to hit a car or anything that's in that turning lane if it's not clear. So just something to keep in mind. Beyond that, I don't think I have much more to say. This is probably going to be a little bit of a long video, and out here watching the crows be attacked by these little birds. It's a beautiful day right now. It's going to be hot here. It was 106 yesterday in Southern California, and I think it's going to be in the high 90s here today, but that usually doesn't affect me too much because mostly I am in the truck, and so it's nice and air conditioned, so that's a good thing. But I wish you all a blessed day out there. Do something good for yourself, if at all possible, something to make your heart happy and your soul smile. And as always, spread love, kindness, consideration, compassion, inclusion, peace, positivity, thoughts of blessings and prosperity, and all the good things that we are capable of spreading in this wonderful world that we live in. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your love and support and your comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming videos, then please press the bell so that you'll get notifications. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.